Hi, this is Pavel Kabir. I'm a product manager and software engineer at Velixo. In this video, I would like to demonstrate one of the cool features that we're delivering as part of the upcoming major release of Velixo 6. Let me put forth the business case. Suppose your company has a Velixo report, which includes a profit and loss statement, which is parameterized by branch and financial period. Imagine now that as an executive, you would like to see profit and loss statements for two branches at once, products retail and products wholesale. Okay? Well, sounds easy, right? Just copy this tab over, select one branch on the first tab, select the second branch on the second tab, and you're done, right? Well, let's make it harder. Imagine that for each of the branches, you want to see a monthly report for every month of the year. That gives you how many combinations? So it's retail January, retail February, etc., etc., wholesale January, wholesale February, 24 combinations all in all. Now, I don't think anyone wants to do it by hand, right? Well, in previous Velixo versions, you could sort of work around this by doing this. Create a new distribution list and then shoving those combinations in there. Creating a branch custom column, period custom column, and here you will have products retail on the count of 12, right? 3, 6, 9, 12. Products wholesale, again 12 times, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, and here you will have the first period, second, third, fourth, etc., etc. And here again, first, second, third, fourth, etc., etc., right? If you don't quite get what I'm doing right now, take a look at other Velixo demos of the distribution list functionality. I won't stop on this in much detail. It would definitely be faster than doing this by hand, but still suboptimal. Why? Well, first, because preparing those combinations in the distribution list is still your work, and it's tedious and error-prone, arguably. And just as importantly, each of the lines of the distribution list is going to give you a separate file. But quite frequently, we at Velixo got a feature request to see the results side by side in the same file, and there was simply no way to achieve it without resorting to VBA macros. Well, not anymore. Let's delete those redundant custom columns. Let's delete those redundant lines. We'll need just one. And we'll use something better. It's a new magical syntax coming as part of Velixo 6. So what we'll do is to make our P&L worksheet a blueprint, which means that a single worksheet in the source report, the P&L worksheet in this case, will be used to generate multiple worksheets in the resulting report. So to reiterate, we would like to see just one file with 24 P&L tabs. P&L retail January, P&L retail February, etc., etc., then P&L wholesale January, P&L wholesale February, etc., etc., right? And there's nothing easier. As we've already mentioned, the blueprint worksheet will have two parameters. The name can be anything. Actually, I will just use the blueprint prefix for clarity. So we'll say blueprint branch and blueprint period. Okay. Next, inside each blueprint parameter column, we need to enter a hash separated list of specific values we want to substitute into a particular tab. So for the branch, we can do it manually. There will be products retail hash products wholesale. Okay. And for the financial period, we can do a text join. We would like to join with a hash delimiter. Ignore empty true. And here we'll shove in the financial period list, which is a Velixo function, by the way, from the demo connection. The first period should be the first of the 2019, and the last inclusive value should be the last period of 2019. Okay, that should do it. Yeah, exactly. As you can see, there's a list of hash separated financial periods right there. So what Velixo will do under the hood is to take each value from the first custom column and combine it with every value from the second custom column, giving you all 24 combinations in the resulting file. So let's now use the magical syntax I mentioned earlier. But first, let's select the format of the resulting reports. Let it be Excel, removing all formulas. The file name would be know it's all. And the special syntax that I just mentioned will go into the tab selection column. So first, we need to mention the source worksheet for the blueprint. It's P&L. Next, to denote that this is going to be a blueprint, we need to open a square bracket and mention each of the blueprint parameters. It's blueprint branch and blueprint period, right? And I'll just use a temporary folder for my folder path to store the resulting file. The final thing that we need to do is to hint Velixo at where to actually substitute the values that reside in those two custom columns. And for this, we need to define two named ranges whose names exactly match the names of the custom columns, blueprint branch and blueprint period. And pay close attention because it's very important. The named range should be scoped to the worksheet and not to the workbook. So for example, if you highlight the cell and enter the name here in this window, by default, it defines a workbook scoped name. It will not work in our case because each of those resulting tabs needs to reside in the same file. So to avoid any ambiguity, we need to define a worksheet scoped name. So we need to use the formulas ribbon and the define name dialog. So let's highlight the branch parameter cell, use the define name dialog. Very important, select the scope of the P&L worksheet, not the workbook, and name it exactly the same as the blueprint parameter. So it will be blueprint branch. Okay? Defined. Here goes the same for the financial period. Define name, select the worksheet scope of the P&L worksheet, blueprint period. Okay, done. Now let's save, and fingers crossed, when we click on the Acumatica ribbon, the distribute all button, it should generate one file in the temporary folder called knowitall.xlsx containing 24 tabs with every possible combination of branch and period. Whew. Let's click it, distribute all. It takes a bit of time, but completes successfully. Let's go to that temporary folder. Here's our know it all. All right. So what do we see here? We see a worksheet for every combination of the blueprint parameters. So you can see 12 tabs for the products retail branch and 12 tabs for the products wholesale branch for every period of the year 2019. So you can imagine how much time we just saved ourselves by using the blueprint worksheets feature of the upcoming release of Velixo 6. And I will remind you, let's close this file, that all other distribution list features that you know and love continue to work. So if other executives need to see yet other combinations, it will work. Let's add another file. No, it's all two. Okay. We can use the same blueprint syntax here, but instead of the retail and wholesale branch, let's say they want to see just the services wing of the company, services east and services west. So I will not go there, but it will work exactly the same. Only for the blueprint branch parameter you will use services east and services west. Okay, so now there will be two separate files, but each of those will contain 24 tabs. The first one for the retail and wholesale branches, and the second one for the services, for the two services branches of the company. So to wrap up, Velixo 6 will deliver a new feature called Blueprint Worksheets, which we've just seen in action. It allows you to pick a tab in the source file and generate multiple tabs from it in the resulting file. It works seamlessly with all the other features of Velixo, including those in the distribution list. It also takes the pain of iterating the combinations for you, decreases the possibility of a mistake, and arguably improves the convenience by putting everything relevant into just one report, as opposed to many. As a special note, as many other features, this one was heavily inspired by the business pain and feedback of one of our customers. It is our goal as a company to continue being someone who makes your business life easier, so a big thank you to our customers and partners for the feedback. And also thank you for your attention. This was Pavel Kabir of the Velixo team, and have a fabulous day.